what is not saying. The coming of Gandhi, he was like
what is ultimate thinking of gender?
This is basically a secularist, but as a politician, he wanted to share power. If instead of complete independence, the mean status was there, he could have a say in the central government. Minority rights would be protected. Actually, it would be given a say in the government.
Well, it's now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Sree, who is a research scholar in the Department of Education at the University of Kerala. And perhaps you'd like to begin by just giving us the title of your presentation.
My topic is, we are still, the Indian, especially the Kerala people with our society, is still in an infancy stage. And my observations as I carried out regarding this study has helped me to come to the conclusion that even the educated sector, they're not even aware of the possibilities of assistive technologies in empowering the differently able. The concept of inclusive education still remains in spirit, and we often fail to implement it in practical aspects. If the educated sector has such a problem, let's not think about the low state of the society. Their situation will be quite difficult. So let me begin my discussion by paper. So I begin with the impression in changing our standard of life. It's an undisputable fact, and everyone of us are quite familiar that the innovations in the realm of computer, hardware and software has bettered our lives. That's able in leading a normal life. Definition of terms. That is assistive technology and the civil society. The term has been now replaced by differently able in order to reduce the derogatory sense in the term. So definition means disability is always a matter of perception. Commonly, it means that the wherever disability or it is a differently able carries that it implies a bias effect on his ability to carry out normal day-to-day activities. In medical sense, we can say that a person has 40% of disability, we can call him as a differently able person. And the technologies which assist, especially the ICT tools or device which assist this person to lead a normal life, can be called as assistive technologies. In general, we can say that these tools, they are known as AT tools. They are software and hardware products used by the differently able to accomplish their tasks easily and to lead an independent life in the society. So, now, the term assistive technology also means any piece of equipment or a product system will occur commercially off the shelf, modified or customized, that is used to increase, maintain or improve in functional capabilities of a child or a person with disability. And now we can change our focus to Indian context. What is the role of assistive technologies in India? Fortunately, we can say that in today's world we have a huge helping hand in the form of assistive technology. And but the fact is that many people, they are not even unable to obtain access to. In a civilized society, every citizen has a number of rights to be enjoyed. The rights of individual life, property, security, etc. are some among them. But we often fail to recognize the fact that differently able people has almost the same privilege to exercise along with the non-disabled or the normal people. So, assistive technologies has tremendous scope and far-reaching impact in developing countries like India. According to the United Nations, 10% of the world population suffer from some kind of disability. And as per the UNDP, we can say that 80% of people with disabilities are we lag behind in this matter. According to 2001 census, 21.9 million people in India is disabled. That is, every 5 to 10% of Indians live with some sort of impairment. 2001 census, that 2.3% of the people of Kerala suffer from some sort of disability. The exact data is not even available. In order to bring the marginalized sector to the mainstream of development and to enable them to make a decent living, the government of India has initiated certain measures. The first among them is the establishment of a rehabilitation council, not to monitor, train and regulate the services or the rehabilitation programs to the disabled. Equal opportunities, training and full participation of the differently able in our society. Advances in the field of ICT are wide and varied, and there are also the government has initiated the establishment of certain NGOs, not to further limited by the government, but how far it is reaching to all across the society are trying to call the lost data of the society. The people in rural areas are not in their studies and label them as so that what useless citizens or we can consider as disabled citizens. But even then, we have to understand that they are able. They have ability in making sense, they have their own potentials and abilities. The fact that India has a huge population that is differently able calls for intense integrated intervention right from the grassroots level. So, need of assistive technologies, what they explained it. Because we are progressing and rapid advancements are happening in the field of ICT. But the thing is that all that advancements are confined only to the privileged section of the society. What about the differently able? All these advancements often fail to reach this privilege or marginally important. They should access these technologies whether for acquisition of information or for entertainment or for news or for current affairs. Because the access to ICT may ultimately lead to enjoyment of enhanced lifestyle for the differently able and will help them to contribute to a well-balanced society. So discussion continues, but how we can exploit the availability entitled to information as like any normal person. So like the other members of society, differently able people, they want to contact the rest of the society either through work, leisure or social contact. It is very important to them that they need the access of ICT more because they are the group, they are cut off from or they are marginalized from the rest of the society to contact, establish contact with other people. So may first to the types of assistive technologies, a brief account of the who have the speech impairments. Then comes the voice browsers and many upcoming tools are there. There's like touch screens and so on. Like Sree, it is exclusively an online software which is designed for helping the children, that is children with locomotor disabilities. They can use it for writing, learning, picture drawing and even for Wikipedia browsing. Then comes the Dasher, a software or keyboard less type of software. So there the typing is done by the mouse movements. Then comes the adaptive keyboard or can be called a single-handed keyboards, where the keyboards are less in number and the person can use it according to his movement of the mouse or just like a pointing device like a touch board or a touch screen. Then comes some switch-based accesses. Then even there are certain what we can call as barrier-breaking technologies like headband, sit and put switch, head mouse, eye tracking, etc. All these things that come for the different categories of differently able. Headband is this, for example, a person who is totally paralyzed. Thing is that even he can use this assistive technology with his stroke or with the movement of his muscles, or then a head mouse is also another device which help the people which have limited use of their hands. They can use the computer by this known as mouse or pointers. Then come eye tracking. Eye tracking is a device which helps the person to use the computer by just the movements of his eyes. Then sit and hop switch uses the breathing rate. According to the breathing, if he is totally inert, he can use his breathing rate to work this particular. And a person from inside who got training, a visually completely blind person, he came there and he demonstrated how he used this computer and all the IT related tools. And we were all shocked to see how this person is using the system with the help of the screen reader. So that was a bit what we can say is a real discovery, a shocking discovery for all of us to see, because even the persons with good vision, when we say that technology is a taboo, still many think that it's a taboo. Okay, I can't do it. But what about if a visually challenged person can do it? What about a normal person? Many of us are still reluctant to accept the great role that technology can play in our life. So, and our plan and carry out more awareness programs and training sessions, especially for the teaching community. And also, implement measures for a curricular intervention. It is high time to intervene curricular area. That is to make curricular revisions, administrative as well as financial provisions to include supportive services to the differently abled. And moreover, a recent news session that came in an English channel, that is in the channel that is being telecasted from India, saying, I remember it is the Times now, that many of our public institutions are not differently abled. We don't have ramps, we don't have any such assistive infrastructural techniques or designs to cater to the differently abled. We still have stairs, unending stairs. How many institutions have lifts? We don't have. Even our toilets are quite slippery. How many ramps are there in it? How many institutions are provided with ramps where wheelchair can be taken into the institutions? It's high time. How many public toilets are there? Not even for normal person. It is quite clean and hygiene. So it's a high time to think back and how we can accommodate these people into our section. So it is also, I think it's also a responsibility of insight to make the administrative system alert of all these inadequacies. So, every opportunity to convince the society of the innate potentialities of the differently abled should be appropriately utilized, because I think still the theme of insight is in the dilemma. They are initial handicaps. They are studying their best to overcome it, but it needs quite some more time for them to be in the track. So, moreover, the possibility of providing assistive tools to differently abled at subsidized rates should also be given, because many of the tools are highly priced, and regional version are quite limited also. So instead should also think about the possibility of subsidizing these products to the differently abled. So I conclude my topic, because just like the team of the young dynamic team at Insight, they voice their hope to emerge as a fully functional, full-fledged disability center for the disabled, spreading its wings throughout the 14 districts of the state within a few years. I think this will become a reality, because at least first step has to be taken. Always difficult to take the first step. They have taken it, they have come across, and they have overcome all the initial dilemmas. And I hope our state will come truly as a disabled or differently abled friend in the world.
Presentation. Questions and comments, please.
I would
Maybe
like to know that whether the researcher have conducted any study by using the assistive devices. If so, how many children are studied? What's the result?
Using the ICT devices, I said that I have not conducted any studies on it. I just conducted a case study getting the data from Insight, and there are also assistive technologies. They use this as a training program. They are not implemented in any schools. It's only an ICT center where these tools are utilized to give IT training to the visually challenged. So I can't have a study where these tools are put into a normal situation.
So what kind of help I can expect from Insight?
Sir, please can you repeat it? The various assistants, they are on the threshold of the thing. Already they have developed a few versions also, but it's only in the testing, product testing stage. So they cannot implement in the society right now. But there is IICP, Indian Institute of Cerebral Palsy, and they are developing many assistive tools. You can get more authentic information from the Insight team itself, because they are now focusing this area on this area, and they are having a tie-up with CDAC also to develop a special center for helping these people with their developmental disorders. Many tools are now available like Sanyo and all these touch screens, because they have a problem with the sensitivity disorders. So they are developing exclusive touch screens. The highlight of Insight is to cater all these services in regional languages, because lost data of the society is yet to reach, where English as a medium of transaction will become a difficulty. So they are highlighting, they are giving their focus to develop regional versions of the available softwares.
Problem for these people with disabilities. But I think the gender aspect is also very important. And these people, whereas women and girls with disabilities face double discrimination, basis on sex and on the basis of this disability. And you explained the case of Kerala also. All of us know that Kerala has a very good human development index that is without any gender difference also. When you examine or when you find out the gender development index of Kerala also, it's very high. But when you construct the gender development index of the disabled population, it's very alarming or very shocking. Wide discrepancy when compared to the national level also. For example, the literacy rate for the male disabled persons, which is around 74%, whereas for the disabled females in Kerala, it is something like 44%. The work participation rate also for the female disabled is 10% as compared to the 40% in the male population. So I think, as you rightly said, these tools can help them a lot, but rather than increasing this assistive technology or providing this assistive technology, importance must be given to the gender aspect also. So you said about insight, and I would like to know what is the female response for this program, and the success depends upon this inclusion also.
Only a very few number of females got trained. That's what. Because we think Kerala as a progressive state where gender equality is always off and on. We claim it as because we are more. There is no distinction between male and female. We are always equal. This is what surprised me also when I went through the list of the people who avoid the training of ICT. That is IT training from inside. Only 4 females are there. And my question is the female, because we have a society where only males are differently able and all our females are able. I don't know. Because when
data shows that 49% of the total disabled population comes from the female group.
Yeah,
that's Kerala 2001 census shows that.
And
this is also the same result. Around 50% of the total disabled comes from the female population. But comparing all other statistics, when you look into all development indicators, it's shocking, really shocking. People like you and the people of Insight must look into this aspect and try to bring in this section also. Isn't the total, I think rather than going on the numbers or generally adopting a policy, focus must be given to gender aspect also.
Because I highlighted this issue, I will try to make them alert and say that they have already submitted a proposal to National Survey Department, Census Department to collect an exact data on this regarding to the age, sex of the differently disabled. Then only they can say that whether there exists a shocking disparity between these two cases. And moreover, what they think is the lack of awareness among the law state of the society, and that's the thing. And for this purpose, the group of Insight has really ventured to a tie-up with the government of Kerala, and it's there in the PowerPoint presentation. They have entered a tie-up with Akshaya, that is the e-project of Kerala government, and the that's a poverty eradication mission, what we call as. I have forgotten his name. It's a poverty eradication mission of Akshaya. That's Akshaya. Akshaya, I think that.
Akshaya computer.
Government of Kerala and the Kudumba Sree. That's a poverty eradication mission of Government of Kerala to take its programs right to the grassroots level. Because Kudumba Sree is you know that housewives form the volunteers of this session. So if you make the housewives and the people who work for Kudumba Sree among the low strata or the lower middle class of the society, I think the services of Insight will surely reach the most needed among us.
Assistive devices in your country for school children?
Right, I'll try and answer that question. I think they are quite well developed, but perhaps it might be helpful to point out that it's the policy of the UK government to try and, where possible, to integrate children who are not very well able into normal mainstream classrooms. And to that end, technologies have been developed to enable them to take part in classes through visual audio aids and so on. There's quite a lot of debate about this in the UK because there's a debate about whether or not, first of all, you actually benefit people with very severe disabilities in a normal classroom, and secondly, there's an issue about resourcing as well, and whether or not the education system can actually go down that road. And actually, I actually had a question about that myself. I was very interested to hear what the policy of the state of Kerala was on that issue.
And let me be clear that I am not a researcher who is doing research in differently able. My area is ICT in teaching and learning process. What prompted me to take this aspect is that a recent personal experience. One of my friend's son is having some learning disabilities, along with some locomotor problems also. The couple is very affluent, and they somehow got admitted the child because he doesn't have some problem like intelligence problem. He's quite normal. He's quite intelligent also in the normal sense, and got admitted to a well-established public school in our city itself. But the thing is, as he progressed to higher classes, the authorities started complaining that their child cannot be accommodated along with the normal children in the school. That the parents were quite shocked, just like us, and they can't even accept the idea that their child is differently able, or he's showing some behavioral patterns that make him different from the rest of the children. They argue with the community, highlighting his progress reports. What the problem is, he lacks a little bit. He can, of course, it will be some infrastructural adjustments, some behavioral adjustments, some sympathetic attitude from the part of the teachers and will help the child. I am sure that, because I have closely observed him, will help the child to keep at pace with the normal children. But the school authority is saying that it's high time to pluck him out from the school, put him in some special schools. I went along with my friend and I argued with the honorable headmaster of the and said, how can we just project an idea of special school? We are now living in a century where we project the idea of inclusive education. What special remarks do you have to raise about this step? Can't he be able to follow instructions? He's following the instructions, he's behaving, but why don't you always say that he should set 10% marks? Above 50 or above 60 is an average mark. He's only studying in primary level. But he said, no, this school is only for the most able in the society. And I asked the question, because he's a priest, and I asked him, this is not about some religious remarks. I asked, Father, you're coming from a community where the person, the Savior, he left all the 99 shepherds and went for the lost to run. How can you say that? And the most remarking one is that the principal's room, they have just laminated the famous letter of Abraham Lincoln to the principal. Let not dehumiliate myself. I said, Father, please turn back. And then you said that you want to push the child. He simply said, yes, that's my decision. There is no turn back. One more year I allowed the child to study in me. Put him in some government schools. What about the government schools? I know he can study in a government school. There is no problem. Even the disabled person, the persons with learning disorders. I recently read an article where doctor says that he has become a doctor also, a medical practitioner also. She says, I am a person with learning disability. But I realized it only in my later stage of my profession. When I dealt with the medical articles, I realized that what the problems I had was the symptoms of my thing. Because I studied in a government school, no one pressurized me. My parents were quite accommodating. They never compelled me about the ranks, grades and all. So the education itself was a fixing one. So it's high time. And that prompted me about how far our education system is adapted, tolerant to this. Even a slight differentiation cannot be accepted. How far about the severe, what we can say that, deviations. Okay, thank you for your participation.
That concludes this session, and I'd like to thank you very much for your attendance. Thanks.
We now have an effective and informative session chaired by Professor Christopher Finch, Professor at the Department of Education and Professional Studies, Mandate University, UK. On behalf of the Government of Kerala, the University of Kerala, and the organizing committee, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to Professor Christopher Finch. I also take this opportunity to thank Dr. V. Shoganen, Professor and Head, Department of History, University of Kerala, for being present in this session. The first paper on this session on Education for Empowerment by Dr. S. Guru, Director, Academic Enterprise, Stanford University. She explained how educational strategies should be designed to empower the community. On behalf of Government of Kerala and University of Kerala and the organizing committee, I extend our sincere thanks to Dr. Alibay. Dr. A.K. Amboti's paper about secularism of Muhammad Ali Jinnah analyzed Mr. Jinnah's views on secularism in a different perspective. For your presentation, sir, we express our sincere thanks on behalf of Government of Kerala, University of Kerala and the organizing committee. Rekha's presentation on assistive technologies and empowerment of differently able described how the new technological advancements and scientific innovations can be used to empower the differently able, and for her valuable presentation and suggestions on behalf of Government of Kerala, University of Kerala and the organizing committee, I express our sincere gratitude. Finally, on behalf of all the organizing committee members, the Government of Kerala and the University of Kerala, I extend our heartfelt thanks for each and every participant in this session who made this session lively and valuable.